Balikan po natin si Secretary Eduardo De Rosario. Secretary, magandang tanghali po.
Magandang tanghali, Yusek Rocky and Sec Martin.
Opo. Secretary, we understand po na nanggaling kayo sa Marawi City. Kumusta na po yung ongoing rehabilitation doon, Secretary?
Ay, gusto ko ibalita, Yusek Rocky, I had a 3-day inspection of our projects in Marawi City. At nakita ko doon ang mabilis na paggulong ng ating ginagawang horizontal saka vertical infrastructures sa most affected area, yung ground zero ng Marawi City. Yung mga buildings na tinatayo, karamihan na papunta na sila sa second floor, at yung mga mosque na ating pinaparepair at nire-reconstruct ay napakaraming gumagawang mga tao. Inaampo na talaga nila para matapos yung kanilang pag-repair the soonest possible time. Kaya ako'y natutuwa at itong development na ginagawa natin na rehabilitasyon sa Marawi City ay gumugulong na ng sakto.
Opo. Secretary, kontento po ba kayo sa nakita niyong development sa project? So far, ano-ano po yung mga na-accomplish na doon sa mga nakita niyo pong naitayong gusali na?
Well, actually, ang nasimulan na ay yung 10,000 square meters or 1 hectare floor area ng Marawi Central Market. Ito yung pinakamalaking market na gagawin sa Marawi. This is a 3-story. As a second floor na yung first building at yung second building naman sa likod na 3-story ay magsisimula na rin ang second floor in a few weeks' time. Itong central market na ito na ginagawa ay magiging wet and dry market at yung mga second floor for the dry market ay air-conditioned with elevator and escalator. So napakaganda ng progress na ginagawa ng public market kasi ito ang magti-trigger ng economic activity once they have their normalcy. Ganun din yung ginagawang 25 kilometers pag-repair ng primary, secondary, and tertiary road. Basically, 25 to 30% na ang kanilang natatapos. And I was assured by the National Housing Authority na in charge sa road network and including the power, water, and telecommunication facilities na nakasama sa road networks ay matatapos by September of 2021.
Opo, Secretary, pwede ba natin sabihin na on track po yung rehabilitation effort sa Marawi City at mamimit po yung target na deadline nito itong December 2021?
Yes, Yusek Rocky. Actually, yung lahat na ongoing projects ngayon, matatapos sila sa early part of the fourth quarter or about August or September of next year. But karamihan dito matatapos early part ng fourth quarter, which is ahead of the December 2021 targets. There are some projects that sinimulan natin. Nag-groundbreaking kami last Friday ng 50-bed capacity hospital for the city government. And we expect that the remaining projects will have its groundbreaking by January of next year. The projects remaining will be completed in 9 to 12 months' time. So we had it considered as third priority, which will be constructed in the first quarter.
Opo. Senator Drilon po is pushing for an additional fund daw po para sa Marawi rehabilitation para sa 2021 dahil sa anyay grossly inefficient at mostly ay nakaasa lang daw po sa donasyon and foreign aid ang rehabilitation project. Ano po ang masasabi niyo dito, Secretary?
Hindi po accurate ang obserbasyon ng kagalang-galang na Senator Drilon dahil ang lahat po ng public infrastructures na ginagawa natin sa most affected area ay funded by the national government. At itong lahat na ito ay sakto para matapos natin ang rehabilitation by December. Actually, merong pondo na nakapaloob sa 2021 in the amount of 5 billion. Halos lahat na ito para sa vertical and horizontal infrastructures. Karagdagang pondo para matapos yung kanilang mga projects kasi ang inirelease sa 2020 ay yung mga gamit lang nila. Ang kapupunan noon para matapos ay i-release by 2021 ng DBM at nakapaloob sa ating GAA for 2021. Yung mga budget na ibinigay ng mga donation, it's about 10.5 billion. Sa yun, sa labas ng most affected area, yung pag-construct ng Trans-Central Road outside the most affected area sa paligid ng Marawi, that was grant from the Japanese government. Pati yung construction ng 1,500 permanent shelter, pati 2,000 permanent shelter will be constructed out of the national budget na magagaling sa National Housing Authority.
Opo, Secretary, kahapon po lumabas yung balitang ginarant ng inyong ahensya, yung 255 million peso fund para po sa socialized housing project ng Baguio City. Paano po maipatutupad ito, Secretary?
Napakaganda ng project natin sa Baguio City. Meron silang lupa, lumapit sa atin ang local government unit na pagtatayuan ng rental housing program. As part of our program sa Department of Human Settlements, we can provide assistance for the land development of the project, and the housing construction will be availed by the local government unit from commercial banks or even Pag-ibig Fund. And the local government will be the one to pay the funding source of their requirements for the condominium construction. So magandang programa ito ni Mayor Benji Magalong. Makakatulong sa kanyang informal settler families, pati yung formal sector, kasi combination ito ng formal saka informal sectors. And ito ang sinasabi namin sa department na may tutulong natin sa ating mga local government units na we can provide assistance in terms of land development, provided they have a lot of their own that will be their equity in the proposed housing project. Kaya at the end of the day, ang babayaran lang ng mga recipients ay yung building construction. So they save 30%. Kung ang babayaran nila is 2,000 naman, less 30%, matagal natin ang 600, 1,400 na lang. So maganda itong opportunity na ito na magagawa natin na decent and affordable yung mga projects na socialized housing in nature.
Opo, Secretary, ito na ba po yung sinasabing simula ng more socialized housing projects with DHSUD at syempre yung sinasabi natin patugon po sa housing backlog ng bansa?
Yes, Yusek Rocky. We would like to focus more on collaboration with the local government units. Kasi sa ating inventory, ang local government units, especially yung mga nag-urbanize na, nagkakaroon sila ng problema sa informal settlers. So we would like to focus more on the informal settlers kasi tinawag silang informal settlers because they are occupying a land owned either by the government or the private sector. So kung ang LGU may programa para ma-resettle sila dahil yung kanilang ino-occupy hindi kanila pag-aari o hazard zone along riverbank, ay mainigay natin sa safer grounds provided the local government unit can identify and allocate funds for the purchase of the land. Pero kung may lote sila owned now by the city government, we can immediately make some progress at mas mabilis ang magagawa natin para sa land development at pati ang housing construction.
Okay, maraming salamat po sa inyong panahon, Secretary Eduardo De Rosario ng Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development. Salamat po, ingat po, Secretary.